And now I get to read more with my throat tickling. You wake slowly, sit up in your bunk, look around the tent, and try to ignore the pounding in your head, the cottony taste in your mouth, and the ache in your stomach. The droning of a plane's engine breaks the stillness, and you realize that things outside are quiet. Too quiet. You know that this can mean only one thing. Your workmen have deserted you. I think this music is a little too much right now. Let's try the other one again. I think that one was a little bit more backgroundy. Oh, this one here. This is a different one entirely. Let's try this one. Oh, good. Berea ad. There you go. Barilla. Yeah, this seems a little more backgroundy. Alright. Now. Yes, your workmen have deserted you. They complained over the last few weeks, grumbling about the small pay and lack of food, and your inability to locate the pyramid. And after what you stupidly did yesterday, trying to make them work on a holy day, your leaving is understandable. Professor's map was just an ancient map, as worthless as an ice cube in the Arctic without an instrument fine enough to accurately measure longitude and latitude. You knew that the site was nearby. You dug and you ordered the workers to dig, even without the box. As you listened to the plane and rub your aching eyes, you pray they left you supplies enough to find the pyramid and to survive, and that the plane's carrying the long overdue box. Infidel. Copyright 1983 by Infocom. Your tent. You are in the army cot. You are in your tent. Golden rays of the sun filter through the open tent flaps on the southern wall, but no breeze makes its way through. The dry, searing heat in the tent would be bearable if only the air stirred even a little. At the foot of the cot is a large, unwieldy trunk. The trunk is closed and locked with a padlock. Alright, I need something to drink. I'm gonna make some tea. It'll only be a minute. Hang on. Okay. Let's get out of this army cot. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. You hear a plane flying high overhead outside the tent. There we go. You push yourself up and manage to get out of the cot. Your legs are a little wobbly though, and your head swims. You'll hear that plane. Am I carrying anything? No. And I get a look at myself. How do you propose I accomplish that? And they told me in AI school the intelligent creatures were on the other side of the keyboard. Okay. Alright. A lot of games let you do that. Alright, back off, man. Gonna have to make a map too, aren't I? Gonna have to happen. Oops. How about we get a look in that box? Let's just look at the box here. Oh, trunk? Oh, what did it say? There we go. It's an old steamer trunk. Very heavy and too clumsy for one person to carry. Sounds as if the plane is circling. Maybe we'd better go outside and have a look at this plane. Outside your tent, you are on an east-west path on the north side of the encampment. To the south, you can see a fire pit, and to the north is the entrance to your tent. Everything is oddly quiet, unsettling, creating a feeling of floating anxiety. The stillness seems to enhance the eerie quality of the desert, the feeling of being truly alone. There's a small hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts. You look up, see a small speck appear right beneath the plane, probably a parachute. The plane heads off far to the northwest, dipping its wings in a salute. So did someone just jump out of the plane, or did they just drop something? Could this be the navigation device we were waiting for? Getting dropped off? Let's see, can we look at the spec? Parachute? It's white. A small speck descending from the plane overhead gets larger until you see a crate dangling from a parachute. Aha, it is. It's a crate anyway. Coming down, and it looks like it should land near you. At last, your luck seems to be changing. A large crate lands right before you. Its parachute flapping in the breeze. Parachute breaks away from the crate and drifts off in the wild. Bye, parachute. Crate is slightly beaten up from the landing, but it seems to have held together fairly well. There's a small label on it that says, "This crate contains one black box." Crate opens slowly, the boards creaking with a strain. Opening the packing crate reveals a navigation box. X-Box. This is an expensive, state-of-the-art piece of electronic equipment. It was designed to automatically determine longitude and latitude when the button on it is pressed. Thankfully, it has at last arrived. Cool. Push the button. Box comes to life, its LEDs lighting, and then flashes 24 degrees, 11 minutes, 7 seconds north latitude, 32 degrees, 12 minutes, 37 seconds east longitude. Wow. I wonder if I can get this open. No. What? What Okay. I never should have closed this page here, because I'm thinking this will be the best way to look at this stuff. Refer to it. Alright, so make sure it's the same size. Oh. Oh my god. I hate Windows sometimes. I really do. Trying to drag stuff around. There's a real drag, man. Oh no. Oh, hell no. I'm gonna freak out in a minute. Gonna lose my shit. No one wants that. People come here to chill out and relax. We're just trying to resize the browser. That's like right on top of the game window, and then like just kind of grabbed the game window instead and started resizing that, which I don't want to do because it's gonna screw up my entire layout if I do that. Anyway. Okay, so 24 degrees 11 minutes 7 seconds north longitude. Twenty-four degrees 11 minutes 7 seconds. Yeah. Okay. So that lines up with the encampment. And what was the longitude? 32 degrees 12 minutes 37. 32 12 37, right? Yeah. So right about here. So yeah. We are like here. So maybe what we can do with this device is find like exactly where this X is. Right? And search there. Because that's where the cube was found. Maybe. Or maybe we're going to find some other indication of where to look. But we have this navigation box now, so let's take it. Can we take the box? Yeah, we can. We can carry it around with us. Very handy. Let's go back inside our tent and look in that trunk. Even though it's locked with a padlock. I would assume this is our trunk. Wouldn't we have the key or something? Cot is just an army cot. Sometimes a cot is just a cot. Look under the cot. Nothing but sand. I would think this would be our cot. I mean, our tent, therefore our trunk, but we don't seem to have a key for this. Or is it a it doesn't seem to be a combination lock. I guess we just need a key. Don't have it. Unlock padlock. Yeah, I don't know. Can't seem to get into that trunk there. Oh well. Let's get the map going. Let's start mapping. Where? There we go. Oh wait, no. Ah, I think I need to plug in tablet before I open the drawing program. If I don't do that, it doesn't know what to do. It's very confused. It's very, very temperamental. Now we'll open Art Rage. All right. So, yeah. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Start this map. I'm going to start the map kind of in the northwest corner because the place with the stuff is supposed to be southeast of us. So we start off. What was the first location? Your tent. And then outside your tent. What the heck going on here? Oh, I'm zoomed out. That's why it seems so strange. Need to zoom in. Quite a bit. Little tent flaps. That's a tent, if I ever seen a tent. I'm gonna find a nice kind of a tenty color. You know? This is perfect and beautiful in every way. I will not be convinced otherwise. This is where the game begins, your tent. And then it goes outside your tent. Because where else can you go from your tent. Really, you can only go outside your tent, which is where we are. There's a fire pit to the south. Go check out the fire pit. Well, let's look at the hole in the sand first, before we leave. Never mind that. Here's a better problem. You dig a hole 52 feet by 20 feet by 0.105 yards. Takes you 5 hours, 11 minutes, and 2 seconds. You sweat off 30 grams of water per hour. And your best friend just ran off with the rent money. Now, how much sand is in the hole you dug? Okay. Sometimes I don't understand Mike Berlyn's sense of humor. Fire pit. You are in the center of the encampment, standing before a charred pit, a hole dug in the sand surrounded by blackened rocks. The night breezes have already started the reclamation work of the desert, covering most of the pit's bottom. You can see your tent to the north, the work tent to the south, and the supply tent to the west. Far off to the east, through the heat waves rising off the shifting sands, you can see gentle rolling dunes. There's a small hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts, another hole. Half covered with sand is a bright piece of foil which catches your eye. Sitting by a rock is what looks like a matchbook. Okay. So welcome to Fire Pit. I hope you brought a guitar. Some beer would be good too. Because it's Fire Pit, baby. We're gonna draw a little campfire in the fire pit. Actually gonna draw it right inside the box. You hope the foil has chocolate? Oh yeah, gotta get some s'mores. Yeah, what is here? There's a foil and a matchbook. Foil and matchbook. Oh, good. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's have a look at this piece of foil. X foils. It's an empty pack of Camel cigarettes. Oh. You never know when you might need an empty pack of Camel cigarettes. And typing while I'm holding the drawing tablet pen in my hand. There's a few matches in the matchbook. Same thing. We look in the hole. Yeah, alright. The hole is just there to show that we are failing at this excavation attempt. Alright. Let's go Pit's just a pit. Nothing more. The pit is empty. Okay. Let's go west then to the outside supply tent. You're on a north-south path on the west edge of the encampment. Directly to the west is the supply tent, its flaps open, still in the hot, quiet air. To the east you can see the central fire pit, a reminder of your being alone. A row of thickets, impossible to make any progress through, even with a machete, grows along the western edge of the camp directly to the north and south of the tent. There's an enlarged hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts. Okay, outside supply tent. This is Art Rage, Matt. Art Rage. Does it make you enraged? Despite all of my rage, I still don't have this program. We're on a north-south path. So can we go north and south or not? I'm not sure. Let's just go in the tent. Supply tent. You are in a tent very much like your own, a tent which had originally contained the supplies for your expedition. You notice, however, that most of the items which were here just yesterday have vanished with your workers. The tent looks as if it's been cleaned out, and as your stomach growls, the empty tent ironically reminds you of a turkey carcass picked clean after a huge Thanksgiving meal. Through the open tent flaps to the east, you can see the fire pit. Only one of the workers had remained behind. You could make him pay. What? Make him pay? Stuck in the sand, handle down, is a small pickaxe. Half buried in the sand in the corner of the tent is a shovel. Alright, so we are in supply tent. Put it over here. Pick and shovel. Can we take these things? All right. Look at all this stuff we have now. Anything else in here? Don't think so. Alright, so let's see. Can we go north from here? Yeah, we can. I think they were just trying to tell us we can't go, like, northwest. So, north of outside supply tent is near the Nile. You are on an east-west path on the north side of the encampment. A path to the south starts here, and you can see the riverbank clearly to the west. A warm, light breeze reaches your face, drying your sweat into a thin mask of salt. You glance to the north and are greeted by a disheartening sight, an endless stretch of searing desert. There's an enlarged hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts. Okay, near the Nile. And this is east-west? I'm hoping east takes us back to outside your tent. Otherwise, I don't even know. I don't even know what's going to happen if that's not the case. Near the Nile. Let's just confirm. Yes. Good, good, good. Alright. What happens if I try to go north? Oh, we can go north. You're in the desert. A vast wasteland of sand and heat. A small lizard pokes its head up from the sands and asks for the shortest route to Times Square. You scratch your head for a moment. When you remember the proper subway line to recommend to it, you notice it's disappeared. Alright, so north of near the Nile is the desert. Whatever. He's fine. So can I... Okay. You are in the desert, a vast wasteland of sand and heat. 5 maids of milking sit on sandy stools before you, grinning maniacally. Like, how far into the desert can I just wander here? I guess I have to find out. You are in the desert, a vast wasteland of sand and heat. I'm guessing this is just gonna loop or something. Scowl at the sun, cursing its searing heat. It might be looping as we speak and just showing me different things now and then. I don't know. Let's consult the navigating box. So, 11 minutes, 15 seconds, north latitude. Eleven minutes, 13 seconds. So yeah, we can just kind of... I don't know if the game is actually, like, if these are actually unique rooms, or if the game is kind of faking that. I don't know, but there's probably no reason to just wander off into the desert. Especially in the opposite direction of where the dig site was. You hear a whirring overhead and look up in time to see a gyrocopter settling to the sand on the horizon. Oh, the Surgeon General has determined that wandering about like this is dangerous to your health. Alright. Maybe we have to wander around in the desert till we die. You know, maybe we just have to see a desert wandering death. A strong gust of wind kicks up a herd of buffalo on the horizon. I think it's strange that the buffalo are riding side saddle. You better drink something, and soon. We don't have anything to drink. A large rainbow trout walks by holding a pet snail on a leash. How cute. We're 24 degrees, 11 minutes, 21 seconds. How far does the map came with the game go? What did I just do? What the fudge? Okay, I better use the mouse like a normal person. So this is 11:10, 11:12. This would be 11:14, I guess. We're at 11:21. But yeah, I guess we're way off the edge of the map. Let's just keep wandering. If you don't drink something, and now you're gonna be history. Oh, you have died. You feel yourself disembodied in a deep blackness. A voice from the void, perhaps it's just your dying thoughts, rings in your ears. Obsessions are the torment of men's souls reaching out for something greater than life has offered. Perhaps this is what makes the difference between an ordinary mortal and an adventurer. It is the last thing you hear. We got 0 out of 400 points. That's a lot of points. We have the rank of fumbling beginner. Alright, so that's death number 1. Death by wandering foolishly in the desert. I'll be right back. You are correct, Matt. What I was saying with the microphone muted. Anyway. Yeah, I wish to start the game again. Interesting, it doesn't give me an option to restore. Maybe it knows I never saved. Alright, we're caught up. Let's go check out the Nile, I guess. Riverbank. You are on the bank of the River Nile. Shoreline is sandy and cool, and reeds wave in a light but warm breeze. Directly to the north and south, thickets make strolling along the bank impossible. You're hot, and the cool, rippling water to the west looks inviting. But you're not alone in that thought. Crocodiles bask on the west bank, eyeing you hungrily, just waiting for you to enter their watery domain. Things were never like this when Crage was around. Hmm. Accurate depiction of the Nile River, right there. Now, we'll make some crocodiles. Crocodiles are like greenish, yellowish, probably, right? Little guys, we're gonna make them kind of real small here. There's a crocodile. There's another one. They kind of look like ducks. Quack, quack. Or maybe the dragon from the Atari 2600 game Adventure. Those are crocodiles, though. Trust me. Take my word for it. So we can't go north or south because of the thickets. What happens if we try to go in the river? Can't you see the crocs? If you insist on entering the water, you have to swim. Oh, all right. I guess we'll save. Guess we'll do a save. Good thing I wore my new Crocs. You manage to wade a few feet into the river, but this makes the crocodiles spring into action. They advance far more quickly than you thought possible. You panic and turn to the bank, attempting to flee. Your splashing about makes the beasts double their efforts and reach you just as you are about to step on shore. The last thought you have is a slight amazement at how many teeth a crocodile has, and just how sharp they are. That's another death. Pie Kid must be MIA. It just mod somebody else so they can increase the death counter for me. Maybe Matt will do it. I make him a mod. Oh. You don't have to. But you can if you want now. You have control of the death counter. Congratulations. You can also ban people and stuff. The potato thinks I have erred. Thinks that I was a fool to give Matt that kind of power. He's seen it before. He's seen Matt driven to the brink of madness, drunk on the power of being able to time out people in chat. Gonna wave your sword in front of Muddy? Yeah, I can't, Muddy has been like a regular for so long. I couldn't mod Muddy. It'd just be too weird having a Muddy mod. Muddy is that guy who's just always around. He's not a mod. It would just be crazy if he was a mod. Anyway. I'm sure he would make a fine mod. Yeah, I wish to start the game again. Or, you know, restore. I don't know why you're making me do this every time. Oh, look at that. Windows thinks that... Windows thinks this is a Left 4 Dead 2 related file. I don't know why it's giving me this... There we go. That's how it usually looks. I don't know why that changed. Yep. Left 4 Dead 2 apparently uses that same extension. Exactly, Potato. It would be like letting Norm run the bar. It would only end in tears and fire. Load that file in Left 4 Dead 2. I did that once by accident. Instead of loading a game file, I just because that will just open it up in Frotz, but I accidentally clicked on the save file instead, and it tried to open it up in Left 4 Dead 2, and then Left 4 Dead 2 opened up, started running, and then was just like, I don't know what this is, what have you done? And I was like, sorry, Left 4 Dead 2, I didn't mean it. And then we all had a good laugh. Alright, can I drink the Nile? You kneel down and drink deeply from the Nile and feel refreshed. Okay. Does this game have a diagnose command? No. It would be helpful. If you can die of thirst, it would be nice to know like how you're doing there. As far as dying of thirst goes. Oh well. Let's look around some more. Let's look south of outside supply tent. Can I fill anything with water? I don't know if I have anything that I could fill with water. Cigarette pack, maybe? I doubt it. I guess I could try it. Here, let's just restore so I don't have to walk 2 feet. I've heard better ideas from politicians. Ouch. Drinking, though, seems like it was a smart idea. Oh! The thickets chew on your skin as you attempt to make a path through them. You finally give up. That's cool that they actually have not just, you can't go that way. This game really does kind of go all out. in that respect. Anyway, let's check out the southern path. You are at the west edge of an east-west path on the southern side of the encampment. Directly to the west is a heavy growth of thickets, making any attempt at western movement a painful and futile task. Through the thickets you can hear the sound of water running gently by. There's an enlarged hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts. Yeah, those enlarged holes are everywhere. So there doesn't really seem to be anything here. Southern path. Alright. East of here is outside work tent. You are on an east-west path directly to the north of the work tent. To the north you can see the fire pit and beyond that your tent. The work tent borders an endless vista of fine burning sand stretching out to the south. There's an enlarged hole in the sand, remnant of your excavation attempts. Getting a little tired of saying that, gotta admit. Alright, outside work tent. This whole thing is laid out in a nice, easy grid pattern. I approve. Makes things nice and easy when it comes to mapping, anyway. Outside work tent. Let's go inside the work tent. We were in a tent which used to house the workers and their personal effects. Looking around, taking in the stripped and bare surroundings, you feel surprised that they even left the canvas walls. You quickly realize that they took what they needed, making everything would have been more trouble than it was worth. From the looks of things, they cleared out quickly but quietly. Tacked up to the inside of one of the tent flaps is a note. Sitting in the sand, bulging a little, is a beaten-up knapsack. Let's read that note. Be Aman Allah. Fi? Not sure. Hereafter you shall pursue your full dream of the hidden pyramid and its riches alone. May the jackals feed well upon your bones. We have left you what you need to get back, though we hope you do not. We put several things you treasure above life itself inside your trunk, locked with your precious padlock, but we could not bear to part with the key, especially after what you said of our rights. We hope the drug we placed in your drink did you harm. If not, we are at least satisfied you slept especially soundly while we cleaned out the camp. Farewell. Wow, harsh. Alright, so they have the key. Maybe we can break the padlock with the pickaxe or something. Oh, I guess they drugged our drink. It wasn't those ham dingers we ate. We put something in our drink. Alright, how about the knapsack? What's up with that? Knapsack is closed. Open that thing. A rope and a canteen. Ah. This rope is made of the finest manila hemp and guaranteed to hold at least 250 pounds of weight. There's about 30 feet of it. Be glad the workers didn't hang you with it. Canteen is closed. Canteen is empty. Well, we can go fill it up in the Nile, and then we can go wander off into the desert. It'd be good. Oh, good. We automatically wear it. You swing the knapsack over your shoulders, and it settles on your back as its cover flap closes. Cool. All right, work tent. Work tent. Oh, wait, there's stuff in the knapsack. I guess I should add. So we'll put note here. And then knapsack. What was in there besides the canteen? Rope, right. Rope. Canteen. Oop. Okay. So, I guess if my inventory gets too full, I can just throw stuff in my knapsack. I don't know if that can hold an infinite amount of things. Probably not, but maybe. The knapsack closed when I put it on. I don't know if it's gonna just do that, like I have to take it off or something every time I want to look in it. I don't know. That would be a little annoying. We'll see. Let's keep heading around the camp. Here's Southern Path again. You are at the start of a path which heads north along the eastern border of the encampment. To the east, you can see the horror and the beauty which brought you here. The desert sand and its hidden treasure. Fire pit is visible to the northwest. There's an enlarged hole in the sand. Yeah, I know. Alright. Southern Path. Okay, let's go north, the middle path. I guess there's no tent on this side. You are at the eastern edge of an east-west path in the middle of the camp. To the west you can see the fire pit, and beyond that the supply tent. To the east you can see the desert, a vista difficult to avoid seeing from just about anywhere in the camp. The north-south path intersects here, traveling along the eastern border of the camp. There's a small hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts. Okay, so it's just middle path for this one. And my handwriting is getting sloppy. I can barely tell that says middle. I think I'll fix that. Just because it's almost illegible. There we go. That's more like it. And what's in this northeast corner? Northern path. You are on an east-west path on the northern side of the encampment. To the east, you can see the sites of previous excavations your workers had begun before they deserted you. Low, gentle sand dunes roll out of sight to the north. But your camp's eastern border has a path heading off to the south, which starts here. There's a small hole in the sand. Yada yada yada. East of here, there's sites the workers were digging in. Quilted northern path. Alright. So, just a quick peek at the desert over here to see if it's any different because they mentioned the sites. You're in the broiling sands of the desert, a short distance from the camp. Off to the west, you can just make out a slight discoloration in the sand, the start of an east-west which borders northern edge of the camp. Alright. There's like nothing actually here. Guessing everywhere I go off in this direction is just gonna say desert. Let's go in the tent. See if we can destroy the padlock. Yeah. Yeah. Open the trunk. Okay, remove lock. Open trunk. Opening the trunk reveals an inspection sticker, a piece of dried beef, and an ancient map. Alright. The small inspection sticker says, this trunk inspected by numbers 8 and 6.5. This reality was manufactured by tiny elves from the Bosbar Pyramid Construction Company, a jointly owned subsidiary of the Forbazco Magic Village Industries. Michael Berlyn and Patricia Fogelman, chief engineers. Oh, who's Patricia Fogelman? I think only Mike Berlyn was listed in the manual. I see nothing special about the piece of dried beef. Well, maybe you don't, but I do. I'm taking that beef. And there's an ancient map. Alright, gotta be carrying it to, examine it, apparently. It feels fairly heavy, though, as though it were folded around something solid. Oh. Huh? Unfold map. Moap. I don't know how that... Oh, slipped in there. Unfolding the ancient map reveals a stone cube. Oh, this cube was in the map. Even in the tent, the heat starts getting to you. This is a reproduction of the map the professor made while on his expedition. It indicates where he hoped to find the lost pyramid. It is included in your game package. This is a small stone cube, almost 4 inches on a side with ancient markings on it. Markings look like this. I believe those markings are the same. Let's see. Why does it say Yog Sothoth? How did we end up in Cthulhu land?
All of the races are different.
Our nation's first Orcish police officer.
Hey, don't get me stabbed.
What? What is this?
If this falls into the wrong hands, the whole world is in danger. For my dead body. It's time to end this. I'm out. Butterfingers, we were doing so good. Right, only on Netflix.
Weird. Anyway. So... I think this is the same thing. Yep, that's all there. So what does it mean? The Queen and all Queen, all the Queen's treasures. The Queen and all the Queen's treasures. Apparently, Braxton. That is an interesting little tangent there that just happened on the stream. Alright, let's go outside the tent and, yeah, I guess, oh. Hang on. Never mind. Before I save, let's go near the Nile. Oh. Open the knapsack. You reach around behind to lift the flap on the top of the knapsack, but it keeps falling down. It looks like we have to, like, remove the knapsack. Let's just put everything in there. Oh, that's where I typed put. Oh, I guess I didn't. Okay, it's literally going to try and put everything, including the button from the navigation box, not just the navigation box. The shovel, that's like trying to fit a Beethoven symphony into a music box. It's even trying to put the knapsack in the knapsack. Sure, just like a Klein bottle, eh? And the things that are already in there. Guess I don't really need that broken lock. Oh, you never know, though. You never know when you might need a broken lock. But I doubt it. Alright. I'm probably going to want that canteen and that navigation box. All this other stuff can stay in there for now, I think. Yeah, you can subtract a death. I don't know why you would ever need to. But yeah. You can fiddle with it now if you want. Just make sure it gets back to 2. Oh, my stomach is growling in hunger. Is it time to eat the beef already? Gotta save that beef. I'm already hungry. But I'm near the Nile. I'm near the Nile. What? Aren't I near the freaking Nile? No, I'm not. Okay. In case an extra death gets added. Yeah, that's one reason. Yeah, there you go. You can increase and decrease. I think I did that before when it wasn't updating by me just doing it from the bot. Interesting. When you said it's a 4,000, it looked like it just said 4. Can you try? It really happens if you did 10. Something. Deaths. Will it only do? Oh, put deaths, not death. Yeah, it's only doing single digits? Is it just... There we go. If it does go into the double digits... I doubt it's going to get any higher than 99, so we should be good. 420.6. I think it just ignored you, Matt. I think it just ignored you entirely. It wasn't showing the 0 before, was it? It's hard to tell on my screen because the preview is very tiny. Anyway, I think now we can go. I don't know if I should just restart and like... I don't know, it kind of worries me that we're already hungry. Ready to go, I guess. What I'm gonna try and do is get to where the cube was found. So that would be 11 degrees. Oh, 24 degrees, 11 minutes. "11 minutes, 3 seconds. I'm gonna write that down. Here, actually, I'll put it on the map. 11 minutes, 3 seconds. And... oops. Oh, you saw 4,000? Really? I don't know. Okay, if you say so. It looked like it just showed 4 to me. I need a slim fast shake. Oh, insurer. I need an insurer. 12 minutes, 43 seconds. 12:43. Yep. Put it. Twelve 43. There. That's where I'm trying to get. Hmm. There. From this distance, the camp seems little more than a mirage, an image of another reality which has little to do with the brutal, searing reality of the desert. Quickly dehydrating body, or your painfully broiling feet. So we are 24 degrees, 11 minutes, 3 seconds. 11:03. Oh, that's the right spot. 12:43. We're 12:41. So we're at the right latitude. We just need to go east a little bit more. Till we get to 43. Here it is. You are thankful there's no wind, even though a cooling breeze would be welcomed, since the fine sand particles would sting your face and hands. So this is where they found the cube. So let's dig. You've enlarged the hole a little, taking out 2 shovelfuls for every one that collapses back in from the walls. Made the hole quite sizable, though it's not very deep. The deeper you dig, the more the walls collapse, and so you widen the base of the hole. You're knee-deep in the hole, digging away, taking out more and more sand. You silently curse those workers for having deserted you. Dug yourself into a deep hole. You're actually several feet below the surrounding sand. The walls look very unstable. You've uncovered what could only be the top of a pyramid. After clearing it away with your hands, you notice a square opening in the top of it. Hey, we found it. The opening sits in the upper right-hand corner of the block. It's a small square opening about 4 inches square. Far too small for you to enter and rather shallow. Some hieroglyphs travel across the block, cut off by the opening. Let's see, what do these mean? You got your death finger ready? It looks like it might not be needed, Matt. Although I'm tempted. I'm tempted to see if there's a death if I go to a different spot and just keep digging. Like before I even go any further with this, I kind of want to do that. Can I leave this? Yeah. Dug yourself a deep hole. Feel yourself growing weaker. Without nourishment, this is a losing cause. The walls of the hole collapse around you, smothering you in the shifting sands. You have died. You feel yourself disembodied in a deep blackness. A voice from the void. This is the same message we got before, right? Yeah. We did get 30 points. We're still a fumbling beginner, though. Probably got those points for opening the lock. Oh, the nephews came over? How are the nephews? Yep, that's a death. Death by smothered in sand. We're up to 3 deaths now, Pie Kid. And we've only really just begun. As you can see, we have a total of 30 points. And the map is really quite small. I'll zoom out so you can see the whole thing. This is the entire map. Although if you want, I could just draw an endless desert in all directions. I'm gonna get this tea bag out of here. Now, like, dipping my finger into my tea. There we go. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. I do think it's a nice tent as well. I agree. Wait, what? No, I didn't want to exit. I hit another key by accident after the Y. I hit Y. Curse you. Curse you, Infidel. Let's see. Was ready. We are ready to go. So, it was this spot, right? Yeah. 11:3, 12:43. Yep. Maybe I should put on the map that this is the spot. I'm not gonna put every possible desert location on here because probably essentially infinite. Till you manage to die of thirst. Vent radioactive gas. Decalcify calcium ducts? Why not? Just put pyramid here. Well, actually, there's probably going to be some kind of entrance to the pyramid from here, so I'll just leave that for now. Yeah, it's a Wacom. It's an Intuos. Right, so here's where we dig. Dig in the sand. Here we go. Alright, so we'll look at that opening. And there's some hieroglyphics on it. So, let's go back to the image. And see if we can figure out what it means. What does it all mean, man? What does it all mean? So a right arrow is through. And then Octothorpe dot through this. And then like an ASCII bed. Entrance. Does not look all that similar to this. Maybe it's the font I'm using? I don't think so though. I need an FAQ telling people about my drawing tablet? Maybe. And the art software I use. Okay, so through this entrance sits, lies, rests the the entrance. The door, I guess. Through lies the door. And then it's cut off. But we can only assume that it says treasures. Oh, 2. Never mind. That says 2. And then it's cut off. Now, I'm thinking we're supposed to put the cube in there because the cube says the queen and all the queen's treasures. So that like finishes the sentence, right? Drop the knapsack. Take the cube. Put the cube in the opening. The ancient stones beneath your feet shake and tremble as they move the sands. You leap out of the way and manage to avoid being sucked down into the vortex. Through the sands, an entrance down into the pyramid is revealed. The entire experience sends a jolt of adrenaline through your body as your lips form a sneer. You've found it, and without any help from those idiots. Actually, Matt, the tablet was a gift. It is a gift. Great. So we did it. Well, that was easier than I thought. Let's grab our knapsack and go down into the pyramid, the Chamber of Ra. You are standing in the Chamber of Ra, a tribute to the sun god. Even though the only natural light enters through the opening above, the room is brilliantly lit as though the walls themselves generated light. The room slopes inward and the walls meet at an open point over your head. The heat of the desert filters down through the opening, and as the air slowly circulates, the deep, long-dead, musty odors from the depths of the pyramid assault your senses. 4 staircases descend from here. A steep one to the north, a winding one to the south, a wide one to the east, and a narrow one to the west. In the center of the room is a large red sandstone altar mounted solidly in the floor. Lying on the floor, partially covered with dust, is a small pink alabaster jar. Leaning against the altar is a bronze torch. Lots of stuff here. Lots of stuff. Alright, Chamber of Ra. Chamber of Ra is down from the desert. If you go to the correct spot and then dig and then put the cube in the opening, you will find the Chamber of Ra. Ra. But that looks like it's south. Down. South. There you go. Down. Up. Exits go off to the side a little bit. That's how you can tell. Alright, so the heat. 4 staircases descend from here. A steep one to the north, south. Yeah, so north, south, east, and west. And there's an altar, jar, and a torch. Since I can go north from here, and the desert is there, might have to move this Chamber of Ra. Actually, you know, here's what we're gonna do. Here's how we're gonna do this. Put this back here. Chamber of Raw Meat. Down like under, like down under? Not quite. I think what I should do here is start mapping the pyramid in a separate spot. I think I'm gonna need more room. Let's just do 200%. Much bigger of this in the top left corner. And we'll just start mapping the pyramid like here, so we're sure to have plenty of room. And I've lost track of where I am in relation to the rest of the map. Oh, okay, I think this should be good. So now we'll put a second chamber of raw. Chamber of raw. Chamber of raw hide. Raw hide. Oh, that's right. And there's the jar and the torch here. Jar. And torch. Probably gonna need the torch. The torch has a tapered tip, much like a wick, which should be able to hold a large amount of oil. The torch is not lit. We're growing weaker. We need to eat something. All right. There's liquid in the jar. Liquid is oily to the touch and smells as if it could be highly volatile. Okay, that's probably oil. Dip torch in liquid. The tip of the torch has been covered with the liquid. Is there still liquid? Yeah, okay. We'll keep that jar then. Now we have an oily torch. So I hope that it doesn't like dry up or something, because we don't need it right now, so I should wait before I light it, but... Alright, there was also an altar here. Let's look at it. The altar is 3 feet by 5 feet and is mounted firmly in the solid floor. There is nothing on the altar. Wonder if we'll have to put something on the altar eventually. I guess I should make a note that there's an altar here. As well, in case I'm looking at my map and trying to figure out what to do, and then I realize I have like something that clearly goes on the altar. You know, that sort of thing. Alright, that seems good. That seems like we are good. Now, time to just pick a direction. It'll be fine, Matt. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Anybody have a preference as to which direction we go first? From the Chamber of Ra? North? Could it be east? Could it be west? Could it be south? Which way should we go from the Chamber of Ra? Go towards the Nile. Okay. That would be west. And north a little bit. The Nitro Scouts? What's a Nitro Scout? Down the narrow staircase. The staircase winds as you walk down, turning you around so you face in the opposite direction. It is pitch black. Off in the distance you hear hideous squealing, and what can only be the sound of thousands of tiny clawed feet coming closer. Yikes. Oh, the matchbook is in the knapsack, isn't it? Oh no, an army of 11-7 rats, starved for affection and food, leapt upon your body in a show of rodentine appreciation and devoured you. The great mysteries of the ancient pyramid remain unsolved. Although your desperation has served you well in getting this far, to get farther requires a wisdom tempered by experience. We're still a fumbling beginner. We died again. Should have saved before I left that room. I should have saved before I left that room. Oh, wait. Drop the knapsack. Take the cube. This knapsack thing is gonna get annoying. Put the cube in the opening. Take the naps. The nappy sacky. We'll go down. And then we will drop the knapsack. Take the jar, open it. Take the torch, dip the torch in the jar, close the jar, and put it in the knapsack. Take beef. Eat beef. Take matchbook. Take knapsack. Light match. Light torch. Alright, now we can go. Let's save. Pyramid. Chamber of Raw. Now we can go west. Staircase winds as you walk down, turning you around so you face in the opposite direction. So we're facing... So we've gone down to the west and we turned east, so I'm gonna have to think about that. Oh yeah, that should be a death, yeah. We died from darkness. Got eaten by rats. You can up the death counter if you want, Pie Kid. Oh, Matt beat you to it. I modded Matt so he could work the death counter, and he's got like itchy death counter fingers. He's just waiting for me to die. See how it is. I see how it is, man. Alright, cube. You are in a room whose walls, floor, and ceiling seem to form a perfect cube. There are 4 square doorways cut into the walls to the north, south, the east, and the west. Through the west doorway, you can see a flight of stairs heading up. Your match went out, and it burns your fingers too. You drop it. The match falls into a crack in the stone floor. Oh, that's okay. Don't need it anymore. We've lit a torch. Okay. So yeah. we went west, but then we came in through door to the west. So, and this room also has 4 exits. I guess I'll put it here. This is gonna get tricky, I know. I know it is. What is it? Cube? Yeah, just cube. Just cube. I don't know where I want to put this cube. I feel like maybe I should put plenty of room off in this direction. I don't know. I think like each of those exits from the Chamber of Ra, I get the feeling are going to be like, what am I doing? Are going to be like, different sort of main chamber areas that we're going to explore. That's the sense I'm getting. There we go. Cube. So I feel like there's going to be no good way to map this because of that curving staircase. What can you do, right? Alright, so now which direction do we go? North, south, or east? Let's try north. Uh-oh. We're in another cube. One to the south and another to the east. Am I gonna have to draw a cube for every one of these cubes? Cube. Cube 2. Hypercube. You are in a room in the shape of a perfect cube. There are 3 square doorways cut into the walls. One to the west, one to the east, and another to the south. Like, how big is this gonna be? This is already... I'm already worried about this map. That mapping this game is gonna be a pain. Okay. This room seems to form a corner for this entire area. Alright, alright. So far it's like a 3 by 2 grid. We'll see just how big it is eventually, I guess. You're in a room whose symmetry is uncanny, at least to the unaided eye. The dimensions of the room seem to form a perfect cube. What? There are 3 square doorways cut into the walls, one to the north and another to the west. A wide staircase leads up through the square doorway to the east. Oh. Staircase leading up. Huh. So, cube. Drop some stuff. I don't really think I have to worry about that right now. It doesn't seem very maze-like. It seems pretty laid out normally. You are in a room whose dimensions seem to measure a perfect cube. On the floor of this room is a series of symbols inscribed in the stone. The walls bear strange pictures of a queen, one of which shows her being wrapped in linen. Another one showing her being lowered into what appears to be a solid gold sarcophagus. 4 identical square doorways lead out of this chamber to the north, south, east, and west. So, hopefully, I am correct about this being here and everything. If I go west, yeah, I'm back at the stairs. So we're good. We're good. So we got the pictures of the queen being wrapped in linen, lowered into solid gold sarcophagus. There's also symbols on the floor. The hieroglyphs look like this. Okay. Stop trying to maximize the window. Let's see. Dot, dot, dot. What does that mean? Dot, dot, dot. I don't have that. And then there's a right bracket, which really through. Is this like, is this an arrow pointing to the right, but it got ruined somehow? When we saw it before, it was definitely a dash and then a right bracket. Saw that. Now we're seeing this. Dash and a dot. Here's the dash. Sits, lies, rests. Then there's a dot. Okay, well this, when it has a dot next to it, the becomes this. So maybe it's like, sits, lies, rests becomes lying. Something. I don't know. And maybe instead of through, if it's like the dots, maybe it's under or beneath, something like that. And then here it's the right bracket and then the 3 dots. All right, there's the. And then there's just an exclamation point. Entrance or door. Oh wait, that's different though. It's got more on the bottom. Maybe like a hole or something? 2 to the queen. Huh. So we don't have all the hieroglyphs we need to solve this mystery. Alright, I think I should copy this. Copy this somewhere. Find a nice remote corner for copying symbols into. Be easier if I started on the left side. But there's already stuff there in the top left corner. That would be the easiest place to do this. There's already stuff there. I just need to give myself more room. I need to make sure I have plenty of space between the symbols, or this will get confusing fast, I think. Hey, thank you for the host, Hippo. I'm assuming either an auto host or a host and run, because I don't think Hippo's played this one yet. I know he's not going to want spoilers. But if you are here, hello, Hippo. Up this late, you doubt it? Yeah, probably not. Probably an auto host. Hey, Muddy. What brings you here? How you doing, Muddy? That'd be that a little better. I mean, I would know it's a right bracket, but make sure it's clear that there's a space between all the symbols. Put this a little bit more to the right. I think we're good. Probably would be easier to just copy the ASCII into like a notepad file or something. But this way we have it all in one place. Map. All the notes. I have a feeling we're going to find a lot of symbols like that. Have to try and decipher them. Here we go. Here's the Chamber of Ra. And the cube. Cube area. Alright. So yeah, some of those symbols we know, many of them we don't. I don't know if we're gonna have to just figure them out, or if we're gonna find more things to help us decipher them. I don't know where in here. No one's ever discovered this pyramid. I don't know how we would find yeah, cube farm. Was the first cube, did it have... It does have a thing to the south. Maybe this is like a 3x3 grid of cubes. You are in a room whose symmetry is uncanny. Yeah. North and west. Oh. No, there's not one to the east. A panel recessed into a wall glows softly in your reflected light, while some hieroglyphs are visible above it. There are 9 bricks recessed into the panel, 3 rows by 3 columns. These bricks look as if they could be easily removed and are marked with numerical symbols. Okay, I'm guessing these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And that's how many there are. I'm guessing that's they represent those numerals. Or we can remove them. I guess we could put them in some kind of configuration, maybe. Do something. So maybe there's, see, it seems like it's going to be a 3x3 grid, but there's nothing in the bottom right. So maybe there's a secret room there that we have to get to. And this is 3x3. I don't know if it has something to do with that. Let's look at the glyphs above the panel. Oh. They look like this. Huh. They're in the same... Yeah. They're in the same exact configuration. Well, that's weird. I'm gonna put a 1 there. I know where I found those symbols in case that ends up being important. Alright, so there's another cube here. With panel. Before we fiddle with that, let's see what's in this room. Yeah, corner. Alright. I'm gonna run to the restroom and then I'll come back, fiddle with some cubes. And... or, not cubes, bricks. Fiddle with some bricks. And then I'll probably finish for the night. Because it's getting late. I've been playing this for a while. I'll be right back. Finish game, finish stream, you know, whatever. Either way. Alright, so I guess we will go to the east and mess around with this panel a bit. Do a save. And let's see. Pull brick 1. Okay. You want me to refer to it as the first brick. Get serious, man. Pushing the first brick has no effect. Pushing the second brick doesn't work. Why is it a different response entirely for the second brick? Oh, it is. My bad. Ooh. Now it doesn't seem to work. I just get random responses. Okay, so it doesn't mean anything. It's just randomly different responses for pushing things that don't do anything for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why they would do that. This just confuses me. Alright, but you're not... So you're allowing me to do this. Because when I tried to pull the first brick, you were like, what? Am I wrong about that? Didn't it say, like, get serious? When I tried to pull the first brick before? Yeah. Huh? The first brick? Get serious. That's true, Matt. Can I slide the bricks? Freudian slip. Hit it with the shovel. Hmm. Close enough. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I'm really confused. I don't know what I can do with these. If anything. Oh well. I guess I could look around a little more. See what's through this staircase to the east. Oh, this takes us back to the Chamber of Ra. So I guess that's what the east door. Yeah. I kind of had a feeling that would be the case. That was my first instinct as to what would be happening there. That whole cube area is both to the east and west of the Chamber of Ra, and it's rather small, although there could be much more hidden behind this panel if it's indeed some kind of opening. There must be something to it, right? Alright, so yeah, I could, I guess I could save the north and south rooms from the Chamber of Ra for next time, because I'm feeling a little tired.